Yeah, okay. Good morning. Let's start the session for today. Meanwhile, I'll just share my screen. Yeah, hope you can see my screen now. Okay, let's start. So we'll start with this Git comments from starting itself because on the day the record was not good as well. It was completely gone. So we'll just start with the Git comments from starting itself, and we'll just see how to create the repository in GitHub, and we'll just upload everything from Git to GitHub. We'll just see that everything. Okay. So today we will just use other thing that is called git bash. So last session we have used normal just command, right? Command prompt. So today we just use git bash. So why means like when I just tried to enter my password, right? While just connecting to the GitHub, so it was giving like it is not giving that at all any pop-up to enter my password, right? Because of the command prompt, sometimes it might not queue. That's the problem. So today we'll just use the git bash. So instead of command prompt, we'll always use the git bash. Okay. Okay, let's start that. So what I'm just doing is just go to your desktop where you saved your Python complete files. Okay, here I'm just going to create a small folder for that. So here I'll just move few things. So Python project, something like that. So here I'll just move a few files. Copy everything. Where is that my project here? So here I'm just moving a few files. Okay, that's fine. Now in this folder we have few files, right? Here I'll just create a GitHub. Okay, sorry, Git. We just initialize the Git. Arey yaar, what happened to my laptop? Sorry guys, it's got stuck again. So one sec. BLN. Arey yaar. Okay, until uh, it works, we'll just see it. This is the GitHub, guys. So you already know, right, how to create the account in the GitHub, right? Okay, now let's see. We'll just create a small repository. So why we need to create a repository means, just suppose, just normally in your laptop, if you have only D drive, just assume you have only D drive and C drive. C drive just need it for software installation and everything. Okay, for D drive, just come to D drive where you can save different things. One is like images, folders, files, your project work, anything, right? So that if you just leave it like that, no, don't create any folders and anything, just leave it like that. And sometimes if you find, like if you want to search for file, that means it will take so much of time, right? In the same D drive. For that, to to eliminate that such process, that means to avoid such confusion. Sorry guys, one sec. Okay, for future purpose what you will do means he will just create different folders, right? One folder is for files, one folder is for images, one folder is for videos, and like so other some folders for other stuff. Okay, so we'll just create different folders for different files. So that time we can easily find, so where you just keep all your files. In the same way GitHub also, we have to separate like our folder. So for suppose if I'm working on Python project, I can keep all Python project related in one repository. And suppose if I'm working on Terraform, so I can keep everything Terraform scripts in another folder. And suppose if I'm working on Linux, I can keep all Linux commands in another repository, right? So the same way, so each repository considered as like a one folder. Okay, now got it right. So why are we creating the repository? So this repository we're just creating in the GitHub. So generally this repository we are just creating in the GitHub. It is a version distributed version control system. That means if there are multiple developers across the globe, that means they are not sitting in only one country or like one place, right? They might be sitting in different places. So that time they will use this distributed version control system. That is called GitHub. So we have so many things apart from that GitHub. So we have GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, these such things. Okay. So this one where is like in this course we are using GitHub. Okay, let's see how we can create a repository first of all. So here this is my dashboard. Sorry, this is my complete overview. Here it will come like that and come to repository dashboard here. click on new. So here I'm just going to create my repository. So my first SLP repo, I'm just giving like this. So here description is for something. So this is for AWS DevOps. Sorry. GitHub repo. Okay. So now the next thing is public or private. Suppose if you want to make everybody can access your application project or like any code, you can make it as public. Suppose if you don't want to share with anyone, that means outside of the internet, that means outside of our internet. If you don't want to share anyone, you can just make it as private. So for this one, they might charge you something. So that's why you anyways, this one is a learning purpose, right? So you'll just always use this public. So only companies in organizations, they will use this private. Okay. So here we'll just select this public. Okay. Now let's initialize the repository with this one. Suppose while you're working with any project, just assume if you're working some project and they want to give all the project related information, they will keep everything inside this readme file. Okay, like or else you're working on Terraform script. So just assume you're working on Terraform script and you uploaded in that into repository. And if you want to give some brief introduction, what is the complete Terraform script will do? So okay, you will just give the complete information in this readme file. So here, if you just select, while creating that repo, it will create the readme empty file itself. There, once you open that, and you can just add the information. Okay, we'll just select this one as well. And this one, git ignore. Suppose while you're working in the Terraform, just assume in the Terraform itself, we have some state file, right? State file and some other backup file and few more files were there, right? So if you don't want to upload everything, you want to upload only few things. One is main.tf or it's like variables.tf files and this other stuff and .tf state files. So you will just leave everything and you will create one folder that is .git ignore. Inside that file, what are the extension names? If you just give while uploading everything to the GitHub, it will just eliminate. That means it will just move aside. Okay. What are the files you don't want to upload into GitHub? You can just give that file extension names. Okay. You don't need to give the file names. You can just give that extension name. That means star dot and file name. Suppose you don't want to upload that JPEG. That means images. So what you will do, you will give star means every file. Star means all related to JPEG file. Star dot, and you can just give the extension name JPEG or like JPG, something like that. Or else if you don't want to export any, so that upload PDF files, you can just give star dot PDF files. I will just show you that everything. Okay. So this git ignore will just ignore the files which one you don't want to upload. Okay. And this license we don't have anything, so it just will prefer this one. Okay. So these are the complete how we can create a repository. So only two things where you can just use some name and it should be unique. So if after creating this one, if you just try to create the same repository in your GitHub, it will not accept that one. So okay, it will be unique. It is same like a Insta name or like a Gmail ID. So just click on create repository. Okay, let's see. This is my repository, right? So in this repository, it will create a different branches. So first of all, what is this branch? So always by default, the main will be created along with the repository. Sir, what is this one means? Like, just see, if you go to any Flipkart or Amazon, so this is one application, right? You are using. So this one is the people who are using the application. For this one, the company will treat like there's a production server or it's like production application. Okay. This complete application related code, they will keep inside this branch, this one main. So in this branch, they will keep everything related to this production application code. Okay. Suppose it may be in the Flipkart company, they might, if you go Flipkart company, they might have different servers for different environments. One is for dev environment, one is for SIT environment, one is for UAT environment. Okay. So they will create different branches and they will deploy their dev environment script into one server for just only for developers testing purpose. Then they will move that code to other branch, that is SIT environment. Okay, I think it is coming. So next one is they will, so that one, they'll use SIT environment for testing, complete testing purpose. Okay, next one is UAT, that means users acceptance testing. So that one is just only people who are at the end of the client side, they will test the complete application. Okay, there are no issues. So then the complete code will move to the main branch. Okay, the this main branch server of the, so this main branch complete code will be moved to the any EC2 instance that is called production. Okay, so directly one more thing, guys. If any project, they might have different environments, right? Dev, SIT, UAT. So directly you are not supposed to push any new feature requirement to the main branch itself. First we have to move that into dev, SIT, UAT branches. First we have to test that, then only you can move it to that main branch. That is called merging process. So we have to merge that complete branch from dev branch to the main branch. Okay, this is called merging process. We'll just see that everything. Okay, this is about complete GitHub. Okay, now let's come to the Git now. So okay, now let's go to your PPT. So where we can just create the complete, like if we can work with the Git commands. Okay, so first we have to initialize the Git repo. This is locally. Now just see, we just created the complete GitHub repository, right? The same way in Git locally also, that means even local desktop also, we have to create a repository. Sir, how we can create means we are not supposed to give any name at all. Just give this command, git initialization. It will help you to create a repository locally. Locally means your laptop only. Okay, let's start. So for that, I'm just going to use this folder. So in this folder, I just create one folder and just move few files. So now here I'll just use, so instead of not command prompt, you'll just use git bash. So how we can initialize this? Let me just click after installing the GitHub. That means git, you just select this one, click on show more option. This is Windows 11. So here you can see, right, open git bash here. So it will open the git bash like complete path. See where we are in complete path under project. So this is our complete desktop, Python scripts, DevOps, and Python project, this one. So it is given the complete folder name. So it has opened that. Okay. So now just, sorry. Yeah, now it is good. Let's clear. Okay, everything is good now. First, we have to initialize that. So to initialize, we have to use command called git init. I hope you can, like it. I think it is visible clearly, I guess. Or else, do we have any options to increase the font? Yeah, I think now it's good. Yeah, now it's good. So okay, git initialize. So now initialize the empty git repository in this local, this one. See, this is our repository name. So let's see, now just go back to your folder. So here you can see, okay, just refresh. Arey yaar, what is this time? I think there's something happened to my laptop. Here it will create, after refreshing, here you can see that folder name. That is called git folder name. You can see that. That is called repository. It has clearly initialized. That means created empty git repository. So we can move everything, these four like files, everything will move to this Git repository. From that local repository to GitHub repository, how we can move? So we can make a configuration. Okay, we'll just see that everything. I think this folder is taking so much of time. Let it be. So this is how you can just initialize the GitHub. Okay, now the next one is basic flow. So what you have to do? That means now we have files in our folder, right? We want to move first that into local repository, then only we can move it to GitHub repository. So directly, sir, we can't move. That means we can't do that at all. That means there is one more way. That is manually. Suppose open this one. This is our GitHub repository, right? So just click on this one. Here you can upload the file directly. So you can just select the branch. Once if you create any branch here, you can select branches also. Just click on that one. Here, if you create new branch, it will be upload everything to that branch. Manually, we can do that. But instead of manually, most of the times we will prefer always command prompt only. This one, git bash, this one only. No one will use that manual purpose. Okay. But we have that process as well. So manually we can do along with the command prompts. So to upload anything, there is one command. First of all, just use git status. What is this one? So it will show you the first line is always branch master. So here, let's see. In the GitHub, what is the default branch? Main, right? But see, in this one, we have master. So this local repository, the main branch is always master. So what are the commits, CUD, everything will be present inside this master. If you don't want that, we can just create one more branch. So what I'm telling is I'm just going to create a dev and SAT and UAT. So these three branches I'll just create, okay? So first of all, to create any branches, we have to use this git branch command. So just git branch means how it will show you how many branches are there. That means different, how we can say, yeah. In D drive, we have different folders, right? The same way inside folder, we can keep one more folder. Right? The same way in this, I told this complete repository is like one folder, and we are creating different branches. That each branch is like as a folder. Again, just assume, okay? It is not completely like that, but just assume it is like that. So what I'm doing is first I'm just creating a git branch. Sorry, yeah, I'm just going to create the branch first of all, not git branch. So if I just use git branch, it will give the list of the branches. That means it will give the folders. Here, so you can see we have master. So we don't have anything apart from master. It is showing like nothing. But now, if you want to create, we have one more command called git branch, and the name you can give. Meanwhile, I'll just open the board also because I will need to explain a few things here. So I'm just creating git branch dev. Okay, something happened. Fatal not valid object name master. What happened? Fatal not object master. What is this? Fatal not valid object name master. Git code. One sec, guys. What is this error? Specific div do not match any files to git. Are it's like a new thing, guys. New error. First of all, I never seen such error. Fatal not object. What is this? Let's see. What is this one? I never seen this one, so that's why it's a little confusing for me as well. This error. Okay. If repo is empty, no commit set, then you need to make an initial empty commits, then only can create. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Okay, guys. So now we just created the repo, right? Initialized. So here till now we haven't make any commits. That's why we are unable to create a branch. Okay, that's the error we are just getting. Okay, let's see. We'll just create empty commits. Okay. It is telling that you need to make an initial commit first, then only we can create the branch. Okay. The branch from the main initiate. Okay. 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 So let's see. So now I'm just going to create a git. Okay. First of all, we'll just allow. Is it like two lines or like single? Okay. Allow empty commits. Empty commits. We're not committing. Just create multiple. That's why then only we can create any branches. Everything. Okay, that's fine. Now git branch. So if you just give this one, it will list out the branches. To create the name git branch and the names. So suppose if I just give dev and main as well, so it will create two branches. again. Okay, it's crazy, yeah. Seriously. Okay, let it be. Now just use git branch. See here we have two branches. One is master and one is dev. Okay. Now we just created so just dev, right? Now I will make this one. So what is this star means? Now it will tell you which branch is in active. That means which folder is in active right now. So it is master branch is active. That's why it is showing star and this color difference. And here itself you can see master. So suppose to change your branch from master to other things, we can use other command, that is checkout. Generally, checkout means what will is going out, right? The same way, git checkout. That means it will move from master to which branch. So here you have to specify the branch name. So it will check out from master to dev. It will go like this. So guys, I thought to finish this gate today itself, but I'm not sure whether we can finish it off today. Okay, anyways, it's taking so much of time as so this one. Okay, now see git checkout. So it is switch to branch dev. So now you can see here itself dev. Earlier it was master, now it is dev. Okay. Now you just click on git branch again. See, now it is one is active. So earlier it was master was active. Now this one, see which branch is active now. Okay, now we'll just make commit everything in this dev. Then we will push this dev branch directly to the GitHub repository. Okay, one thing. First, we have to run git status command. So it will list out all the untracked files. That means uncommitted files. It will show in the present folders. So here on branch dev, untracked files. These are the all untracked files. That means these files are not yet to committed or staged. So first, let's see. Let me show you that. So this is your current folder, right? This is here we have multiple files. Then first we have to move to stage. First we have to move it to shoot. Then only we can move it to local repository using commit. This is local repository, that is .git. We are just, you guys see, right? When I used git init command, that is initialize command git, right? So it will move everything. So here, to move normal files to the staging process, we have to use add command, git add command. So this command will help you to move the files to the staging process. That means a stage process or a stage step. So in this one, it will be present. Now, then only we can move these files to the local repository using commit. So using git commit, it will move all the staged files to the local repository. Then we can move this local repository directly to the GitHub repository we just created in the GitHub, right? So this is the flow, how it goes. Okay, now you got understand like how we can move. Okay, let's see. Now I'm just clearing everything. Let's just git status. So here we have command called git add. Now what I'm doing is this normal folder to the staging process. To do that, git add. Suppose if you want to add a single file, we can use just give the what is the file name. So this file, this is the file name you can just give, or else you can just give dot. Now this will be move to all files to the staging process. This all files move to the stage process. Okay, let's do that. Git add. So I'm just moving everything. Okay, now just use git status again. See now, earlier this was in red color, which was untracked. Now see the line cell, untracked files. Now it just changes to be committed. Now these files are all are in staged, it's like how we can say staged process or like stage step. Okay, now this move to the stage folder. Okay, from stage folder to the local repository. How we can use git commit. Okay, let's see. Git commit. Sir, I can't move a single file means no, which all are already staged right inside the stage folder. We can move everything into the local repository using git commit. So here you have to specify -m, and here you can just specify the names. So first of all, so what is this use of this one? So now we're just telling, so we're just uploading Git like this one, these files, right? Maybe later after few days, I might change a new things, or else like I might update these files with the new code. That time what I will do, I will just add again that, and I will commit that. That means I will move that to local repository, then again go to GitHub. So that time what I will do means here I will just mention, okay, these first files will be always version 1 or version 2, something like that. Okay, here this is first, sorry, first version files, or else we git commit configuration we have to do. Okay, so configuration is you can do only once, that's it. You can do configuration only once. That is more than enough. Let's see, configuration is only one time you can do. Okay, so how we can do that? Let's see. If I just before that, I need to give the git status. See, nothing is, it is completely committed, everything. Now we see earlier before moving to stage, it was red color. After moving to stage, it was in green color. Now after commit, nothing is there. It is telling me nothing to commit. Work tree is clean. That means this folder, this dev folder, dev branch folder is working tree is clean. So everything moved to local repository. That's it. Okay. So now I'm just clearing that. Okay, now to configuration, we have few commands. So we have to configure this one. First, we have to configure our username and our user email ID. So what are these things? So this was the coming from the GitHub. So while creating the GitHub account, you have given your username and your email ID. Those things you have to give here. So git config. So this is the git configuration it will take. And we are passing one attribute, one global attribute. That means globally, we're just moving to everything. Okay. So globally, so what is that username? So user dot name. So here you have to specify the complete name. Okay, our username is specified. Now git config again global. Next user dot email. So we have to specify the email for the user. vijaykumar.99.gmail.com. So this is my Gmail ID. So we just configured everything. Okay, now let's see. Now if I just use git config -- list. See here you can see the main your username. So your username and user email IDs. Okay. So this is how you can just configure. We just given username and email ID. We haven't given the password. Okay. So when it will ask the password means once if you are moved your all files to the local, and when you are trying to move that local repository to the GitHub repository, there we use one command called push command. So that whenever you hit that git push command, it will prompt you to sorry, it will ask you the user password. That's why I'm using git bash here instead of command prompt. So that's why when I used the command prompt, it was not asking some pop-up, right? So sometimes the command prompt, it might works, not works. So that's why I'm using git bash. Okay. So here we are going to use git push. So before pushing that, we have to configure our git or GitHub repository URL. Okay. So to configure that, we have to use a different command. That is called this one, git remote. Remote means it will help you to connect to the some website. So what is that website? This one, GitHub website. Okay. So to get that, just go to your GitHub and which repository. So this is my repository. To get that repository URL, either you can copy this one or else just click on this code, and here you can copy this one. Copied. Okay. Now here you can use git remote add. So first time, if you're trying to set your repository, that GitHub repository URL, we can use add command. So after few days, just assume after few days, your company might has changed the repository name. That means that they have created one more repository. So that time what they will tell you means, so here you used add, right? So after a few days, they might create a new repository. That time, what you can is you can just use the same origin name. I will tell you what is that. So here, while creating, we're just giving git remote add origin and the complete URL. So what is this origin? This one is, so every time when you're trying to push your local repository to the GitHub repository, we have to call the URL, right? Every time if you want to call the URL means it will take again problem. That means you have to go to the repository and copy that URL and paste it here. So that's why we are creating a small alias name. Okay, it is just like alias name. So instead of giving the complete URL, here we can use some other alias name. So my full name is Vijay Kumar, right? Aka, how they will call Vijay or Vijay, right? The same way here, instead of your giving a complete URL, here you can give the alias name. So that's why here you can give origin, RS, like anything, any name you can prefer, but never ever forget that one. Okay. So I'm just using GitHub. So I'm just using GitHub, and you can paste that complete URL. We just copy it from there. Just click on it, paste that. So this is my complete GitHub repository. So later, after few days, the company might have changed the repository. That time, what you can do means, instead of losing this akka name, this one, this alias name, we can use the same name, git report set URL. Sorry, set set URL. If you use this one means whenever using this set URL, it will add the new repository URL to this my GitHub alias name. Okay. When you're creating a new, so if you're creating a new alias name, this one, I mean, creating a new remote, we can use add command. If you want to add, so that means if you want to update your remote alias name, we can use this set URL. This one means it will help. It is already existing ones. It will change the URL. Okay. Or if you are confusing me, let's see. So what I'm doing is first I'm just doing add, right? This is my URL. So here we have URL. I'm just giving some name. What is that? My GitHub or like origin something. So after a few days, company might change that to repository. So they created a new repository in GitHub. So we'll just take that new link and the folder will be the same folder, the name, everything will be same. So inside that, we'll just change the URL. So how we can change means we can use set URL. For first time means you can use add. For next time, you can use set URL. Okay. I hope this one is not creating confusion now. So set URL means is already existing ones. We can just simply changing the URL. This one. Okay. So we can use set URL. So now we set it the remote everything. Okay, now we can use git push command. So I'm just one sec, guys. Okay, this is command. So we are just use git report add everything. Now let's see. We'll just use git remote -v. It will show how many remotes which are configured. Okay, git remote -v. So here we have two things. So one is, so it is, oh, so only one repository, one is fetch and one is push. So this push means we can push from, means we can upload, and fetch means we can get it. Okay. It is downloading, or else like this one is exporting and this is importing. Just assume like that. So it is not exactly like that. So push means export or like upload. So fetch means download or import. Okay. So using this GitHub, you can do anything. Suppose if the company has created one more repository, but that time you want to create one more remote. So that time what we can miss, suppose, where is my repository? Just go here. So just assume I have two repositories. One is, this is my first SLP remote, and this one is, so I have two repositories. That time what you can give, so here I given my GitHub, right? So here you can give one more name. So that time you will have two remotes. Okay. Now you can work on two different projects. One complete repository for Python. The another is for Terraform or like Java. Okay. Now you got it. Understand, right? So if you just git remote -v here, you can, if you see a few more things, that means you have created two repository remotes. Okay. So this is git remote -v. Now you got it, right? So okay. Now we'll just use git push command. How we can push that? First time, if we are pushing to the same branch, we can just specify that. So let's see. I'm just going to clear this one. It is at the bottom. Okay, now let's see. Git push. This is the push we have to use, and -u. And here you have to specify the remote name. What is my remote name? GitHub. Sorry, guys. This remote name. This remote name you got it while you created Git remote, right? If you just give Git remote -v, you here there you will get the list of remote names. So this is my remote name. See, this name is specifying to this one. Okay. Now use this Git push. So we're just pushing this one. See, this one it is taking that Git push, and here I have to specify -u. That is the link rs like remote name. So -u, and what is the remote name? My GitHub. Suppose this one is for Python. Suppose if you are working for Java, means there you might have created another remote, right? You can give that name either GitHub one or like my Git Java something you might have created. Okay, this is my remote. So just get, and which branch you're just trying to move? Dev. So this branch I'm moving to dev branch. So in GitHub it will create a new branch. Okay, before pushing that, we'll just see. Go to my first SLP repo. So here, just click. Here we don't have any branch, right? Okay. Once we are once we pushed, it will create a new branch automatically, and it will move. It will add all these files here. Okay. Now let's just click on git push hyphen my GitHub dev, and after some time, it will prompt you some password. Okay, it is not already because of already I made that connection. Okay, it will ask you some pop-up in the browser. Day before yesterday, I worked on going home. I worked on so like why it was throwing error. So there it will show some pop-up. That means it will open one browser. Okay, it will open one browser. There you have to give your username and your password. Okay, for your GitHub. So this is called only one time if you just add everything. Oh, that means if you are just configuring, okay? Okay, now we just added everything. Sir, why it is asking me? I just told you, right? Last, and that was Wednesday, I worked on this GitHub. It was throwing error, right? It is not ask. It is not prompting me to enter the password. So later I worked on, so that's why. Okay, now see, just refresh. So we'll just keep this error sometime. This is not error. It is giving some message. They will just keep the other side. So just click on, see here, this is the main, right? And here we have anything. Just go to dev branch. See, this was created new branch. Just click on this one. See, now we have different things. That means what are the files we have in locally? Now all move to this GitHub repository. How means using git push. Okay. Now let's see, click on this one. See, this is our complete file, which we are done Python. Okay, now let's see the other few things. So this basic flow, you got everything. So now if you want to check the history of your Git, what till now, what are the things you have done? So here we have Git log, that is view commit history, or it's like one short history. Okay, let's see. Git log hyphen one line. Let's see, one line. So it will show you how many commits till now you have done. It will show like this. See. And git log, it will be the complete information. See, here we have one commit. This is done dev branch, and this empty thing, empty. So this is about check history. Now let's branch. And if you want to check out, that means now we are in master. And if you want to skip, that means if you want to switch from master to other branch, we can use this checkout command. So git checkout, it will check out that to no next branch. What is that? New branch. This one we have to give the branch name. So it will switch to the branch. Okay. Next, we have one more command. Instead of creating the branch directly itself, well, we can check out from the master by the time we can create and we can switch to that new branch. Okay, it will like create plus switch. Okay, if we want to delete any branch, we can use git branch -d and feature. Okay, let's talk about these two things. Okay, now I'll just clear the screen. Now git branch, which branch I mean dev. Okay, now just git checkout -b. -b will help you to create the branch. Okay, so I'm just creating my feature. My branch name is my feature. Okay. Okay, it is, see, as soon as it is created, as well it is switched to the new branch, switched to the new branch. So earlier, if you use git checkout only and if you just give git checkout and the branch name, it is switched to the branch. It will tell that. But here, see this one, switch to the new branch. That means it has created and it is switched. See, here itself we can just verify. Branch again, it will show all the which branch is inactive and it will list out all the branches. Okay. Now, if you want to delete this my feature branch, we can use a command git branch -d. D will help you to delete the branch. So what is that branch? -feature. We'll just see what it will do. Whether it will be present inside the same feature branch after deleting also, either it will move to the dev or master. Okay. Or else whether it will throw error because we already switched to my feature and will inside that branch itself. I'm just trying to delete that one. Whether it will give error or okay. See, cannot delete. Why? Because you are using now. We are in my feature branch. That's why you can't delete. Okay. Now we have to switch to the dev or master. Then only we can delete this my feature branch. Okay. Now just check out. See now, see this one. When I check out -b, it is switched to new branch. But see this one, git check, you switch to branch new. See the message to a new branch and switch to branch only. Okay. Now we can use git branch -d and my feature. This branch I'm just trying to delete. Okay, deleted branch my feature. Okay, now let's use git branch and let's see, we have only two. Earlier we have three, now we have only two. So this is about how we can create branches and we can delete that also. Sir, and one more thing, guys. So what is the use of these branches at all? Why means, just assume, I'm telling a real-time example, guys, this one. This might be your interview question also, okay? Just listen carefully. So suppose already your project is placed in GitHub. Just assume your project already placed in GitHub, that is in the main branch. Just assume main branch. Okay, your project completely is present inside the production. Okay, later after few days, the client need few more add requirements, as like add to cart or like COD option. So till now that application doesn't have any COD, that is cash and delivery option. So the client added a new feature, that is cash and delivery option to the project. Okay, what developers will do first? They will fetch the main code that is already which is in production, right? They will clone that. Okay, clone is different and fetch is different and pull is different. Okay, if I use clone command, this one git clone command, git clone command, it will get complete code as well as the commit history. Okay, let's listen, guys. When I use git clone command, it will download the complete code as well as the git commit history as well. Suppose if I just use git pull command, push is uploading, right? Pull means downloading or importing, right? So if I use git pull and we can just give the repository name, we just give the complete repository name from which branch, git pull repository and main branch, something like that. Okay, or is like you already given some remote name, right? You can just give git pull that remote name as well as the from which branch, main branch. Okay, if I use clone, by default it will take from the main branch only, but while using git pull command, we can specify which branch we can directly get the data, or it's like from dev, or it's like from SAT or the other branches. Okay. So we can specify that. So here, remote name and branch here. So we can use this command. So this one, see, git pull, and this is the remote name, right? Git pull and remote name and main branch. So if I use clone, see, git clone and repository, it will directly, by default, it will take from the main branch. Okay, it will directly take the main branch. Suppose if you want to get the code from different branch that is already dev, just assume one more example here. What I'm telling is here, for now, I'll just keep this one aside. Suppose take the same requirement only. So from main, they will use clone. Just assume they used clone and they made some changes. That means they added the cache and delivery to the project. Okay, it is present inside the dev branch. So first, what they will mean, they will do everything in dev, or they will create a new more branch and they will make the changes, and then they will upload that into GitHub, different branch. From that branch, they will take the complete code and they will keep it into another instance. Then they will check the application whether that is working or not. If still it is not working, then what they will do means again they will take the complete commit history, or not commit history. They will take the complete again code. Okay, they'll take again code from the dev branch only. Till now we have uploaded only in dev only. Directly we'll never ever push any code directly to the main branch. We will create different branches, then only we will upload to that branch, then we will merge that dev branch to the main branch. Okay, so here what I'm doing is, in dev branch, I've added the complete code. That means cache and delivery requirement I've added to my application. So I will upload this into GitHub, different repository. Just is, sorry, same repository but different branch. Okay. So that time, or it's like dev branch only. Just assume I will upload it, my complete code into the dev branch only. First, I will test the application, right? It might working in my local. Okay. After moving that into server, that EC2 instance, that COD is not working. I'm not sure like why it is not working. So that time what I will do means I will take the same code using git pull. Okay. Now you got it right. Like why I'm using git pull. So here I use git pull and the remote name, and here I specify the dev. So because till now we have uploaded the new requirement code inside this branch only, that is the dev branch only. That time we can use this git pull. Guys, is it clear, right? I hope it is not any creating any confusion. Why I'm using git pull and why I need to use git clone. Questions so far? Are any doubts? Because this is some interview question, guys. That's why I'm telling specifically. This might be some interview question. The difference between the git clone and the git pull. Okay. I hope there is no question. I guess this one. Okay, now let's find. So this is about clone and pull. We'll just see this one as well. One more thing, guys. Here. One thing I want to tell something. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, merging. The next concept is called merging. So what is this mean? So let's see. Here, just assume this after moving to dev. That means we got everything from the clone, from the main repository. We got everything, complete application code. We have made some changes, that is cache and delivery. Now everything is looks good, and dev environment is good. Okay, what we will do is directly we'll never ever use dev also. We'll always create one more branch. Okay, guys, just remember that we will never ever test locally also. Will not do that in dev branch only. We will just do that in future branch. I like we'll just create one more branch, my future branch or something, any new branch. So once if you tested that locally, if it is working fine, then we will merge that code to the dev branch in locally only. Okay, let's see. Where is that? My git patch. Okay, let's see. I'm just sorry. Let me explain here itself. So here, I cloned everything, the complete application. So suppose this is my complete code, right? My application, I cloned it into one folder. So instead of using dev branch, I will create one more branch, that is my feature branch or new branch, something like that. So directly I will never do that. So what I will do is first I will create this my new branch. So I will make some changes. That means cash and delivery, I updated the code. Then I will test it locally. Okay, it is working fine. Then I will merge this branch to the dev branch locally. Locally, I'm telling, not GitHub repository, locally. So here this one, this dev. So what I will do is, while I'll just create a new branch. So okay, I'll first I will make some changes. Okay, let's talk about that one only, practically as well. So just assume, okay, this folder is not yet updated. Oh my God, seriously? Arey, yeah. What kind of this application to this to me today? Okay, let me explain here itself. Okay, so now here in this branch we make some changes because using this code. Okay, in this branch we have done everything. We will use merge concept. We will merge directly the branch, not application code. We will merge the complete branch itself. Now this dev we have previous version, right? Yes, yes, previous version. So this version will be upgraded. This new branch code, okay? And we will push this dev to the dev environment. This is called merging concept. So either we can do directly here itself, or else, let's see, I told you, right? We'll just keep one small message outside. See this one, compare and pull request. This one, if you just compare, that means just now assume this is my feature branch is the dev branch is the my feature, just assume, and main is the dev, just assume like that, you don't get confused. This dev branch, name it like my feature, and this main is dev, okay? And there is one more main branch, okay, that's one we'll just keep aside. This one just assume dev is the my feature branch and main is the dev branch. So I will, instead of doing that into manually, I will upload this code directly to the GitHub, this branch, my branch, that is to GitHub. Instead of, sometimes it depends on the company whether they will merge to the feature to the dev branch locally, or else they will push the complete feature code to the GitHub. So it will be created one more branch here, right? That is the my feature branch. So that time when you created that, then this one will be appeared. That means just compare that feature branch to the dev branch and pull the request. That means it will merge the complete files from feature branch to the dev branch. Okay, this message will go away after that. If you just click on this one, here we don't have anything. Why? Because main doesn't have anything at all. That's why it is not showing. So by Monday, I think the time is already up. So Monday, what we will do means we will create a new branch. That is my feature branch. We will add, or else like we'll change something in this dictionary Python file. That one we will do in the feature branch. So we will upload directly to the GitHub, and there we will get this one. So we want to merge the dictionary file from feature branch to the dev file. Okay. I hope this one is not created confusion. I guess it is clear now. Okay. Okay. Any question, just let me know here now itself. Or if you no question, just type that. Okay. So this is about merging concept. This is the most important concept. Okay, merging. For beginners, it might create some confusion. That's why I'm telling intentionally slowly to understand. This is about merging concept. And we, let's say on Monday, we're just going to finish the complete Git, okay? And I will give the introduction about Jenkins also on Monday itself. And one more thing, guys, I will give my experience also. Sometimes initially, when I started in the GitHub, I faced few questions also. I will share with that as well, okay? Almost 3 or 4 questions were there. Okay, so if you don't have any questions, if is it clear, then we'll catch up on Monday. Okay, so if you don't have any questions, okay, we just try do that locally and create one repository in GitHub as well, and just push it. Okay, And today, don't, I will never forget. I will just forward this file also today. Okay. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Then we'll wrap up this call for today. And happy weekend. We'll catch up on Monday. This is our assignment. Okay. Just practice the same thing. Don't. I will give this complete PPT. Okay. Today itself. This is your assignment for today. Okay. Sure. I'll catch up on Monday. Yeah. Happy. Sorry. Happy Friday and bye.